Get a couple calls in. Derek in Queens. What's up, Derek? Mike McCagnon, the Jets general manager, will join us in just a couple of minutes. I guess he's not there. Well, he's been waiting for a long time. Steve in Howard Beach has been waiting just as long. Steve, what's up?
Mike, welcome back.
Thank you, Steve. What's
been
up?
a listener for decades. So anyway, I was fortunate enough over the past 25 years to grow a company. In the last 5 years, social media has escalated that company to a nationally recognized brand within its vicinity. The key thing that we did was become personalized on our social media. Will you be available on your Instagram, Facebook, and your Twitter?
No, I will be available on the app. I will not be available on the Instagram or Facebook or on Twitter. That I cannot do. It would be crazy. I don't have the time to do it. But we will use that to promote. I will not be available on those sites, but we will use them to promote. I will be available at times through the app at certain times and with certain things we're doing, but not anywhere but the app. And you can reach that. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook at Mike's On, and the Mike's On app will be available. You can sign up for it now. There's no charge or anything yet. It'll be a mostly subscription app when we do it, when we do release what we're doing and everything. That will be late in summer. It's all being worked on now. It'll be ready before the football season starts. As we said, you can go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, which they just put the Mics On, made that available on those sites and on those platforms yesterday. So it's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Mike's On, and you can get all the app information, and you can sign up for all the stuff and all the information that'll be coming. And like I said, it will be operable by, I would say, late summer, probably sometime in, maybe, I don't want to say the date yet because I don't have a date, but I'd say mid-August probably, somewhere right around there. And obviously the show's Mike's On, which complements the app, which is Mike's On. And the ability of what we built was, and the partnership we forged is the ability to, in radio, you just cannot indiscriminately and at a whim just promote something because the company that you're working for, in this case Intercom, wants to be paid, and rightly so, for those mentions because that's what they do. They sell them. So if you were going to, put a price next to every one of the mentions we do, it would be costly. So, but we have a partnership with Intercom and with CA Sports and myself. And that's where the partnership is forged, and that's why we decided to use conventional radio as the vehicle to drive the app. And that's why I am where I am right now, which is back on the fan, which was part of the offshoot of the development of the app. And the partnership we forged was the idea of doing it on the fan and then driving it to the app with the same name. And that's what we're doing now with Mike's On. So the app was the driving force to put the partnership together, and the driving force to come back on the fan. That was the part of it. It was to promote the app and to build that business, which is something we expect to do and hope to do for a very long time. And we will start really getting it rolling. I mean, we'll talk about it all the time, but we'll start to get it rolling as far as it being operational sometime in late August. Ron in St. James. What's up, Ron?
How you doing, Mike?
Good.
Welcome
what's happening?
back.
Thank you.
Good. Last time I saw you, you were at the Tiller Center. It was very nice. I want to say thank you.
Yeah, it was a fun show. Yeah, fun show.
Yeah, very fun show. Now, be honest. Now, I'm listening to you on the app right now. Did Roe have anything to do with you, like, had enough of you, like, get out of the house?
Oh, God,
like,
no. God, no, not in the least, no.
No? Well,
no.
It's speculation.
No.
It's like, I'm home for 2 days and I'm on vacation.
How would anybody know speculation? How would anybody know that?
I know.
Listen, there's speculation about everything. So speculation that they didn't want me home, so that's why I came back to the fan.
No, come on. I'm only busting your chops.
I'm saying, there's been speculation about everything. There's also speculation that I came back to the fan because I had nowhere else to go. So, that's as foolish as the first one. Go ahead.
It's definitely different listening in the afternoon. I couldn't wait for today. I texted all my friends as soon as I heard you were coming back, even though, it seemed like your summer vacation is what it seemed like.
Well, it was 5 months, and it was 5 months, and I have to admit, it went pretty fast. It was a long time. It's the longest by far I've ever been off the air. I don't even think I'd ever been off the air a month in my life in 30 years. So I was off the air almost 5 months and 4.5 months, a little more than 4.5 months. So it was a pretty long time from that standpoint. Let's go to Peter in New Brunswick. What's up, Peter?
Hey, Mike. Good to have you back.
Thank you. What's happening?
As a diehard West Virginia fan, it was nice to hear you talk with Jay Wright about that game.
Well, that was the game where they at least were challenged.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the box scores, everyone's saying, they won every game by double digits, but they were challenged in that game, and you were right, West Virginia, the game wasn't called the same way in the second half as it was in the first half.
No, they got a rough whistle. And Villanova it's the only game Villanova had trouble moving the ball. They had trouble breaking the press. Especially DiVincenzo had a very tough game that night. If you remember, he was turning the ball over repeatedly.
Yeah, he had 7 points and 6 turnovers.
Yeah, he had a very tough game that night. Yes,
it was funny watching that. Mike, I got a question about your Twitter.
Yes.
Now, are you going to be actually tweeting from that account, or is this just a promotion?
Just a promotional. It will just be the Twitter account. Will just be promotional. I will not be. I know they made them because of the velocity of the volume of names that were appearing so quickly, because as soon as they started it shot up right away. So the Twitter people then had verified it immediately. I know it's a verifiable account is what they told me, but I will not be on there taking questions or talking or anything. It will just be to promote this show and promote the app. That would be. I will be on the app though. So I will be on the app in a variety of ways, and ways that I think you'll find very interesting that we have put together. But that's something that we will wait on, because I don't want to do it all in one day and tell you all about it. But over the next couple of weeks and so, I will tell you what we have planned for the app. So we have some stuff that I think is pretty interesting that has not been done before, that we will attempt to do. And some of the people that I'm bringing into the app, it's going to be interesting. And again, I don't want the app just to be me. I don't want it to just be my voice. I want there to be other voices on it. I have some plans for different audio things and video things. So we got a lot planned for there. And I think we'd try to make it a sports destination. And what I found out, and again, I am far from a technical genius as far as this stuff. Someone usually has to coach me through it. My kids are far better at it than I am. But what I found was the apps are the future. That is the way this is all going to be conducted. That is where everything is being driven, and everything will come from that. And that's why I wanted to, from a sports standpoint, make that a destination where everything can be done from the app. And that's the way to promote it. The companies I'm in partnership with said, hey, we have to sign up with Twitter, with Instagram, with Facebook, and get on there to, promote the app. And that's the way we do it. And that's what this show is for, too, is first of all to do a show, but secondly is to promote the app. Those are the two things we're going to do here, is do a show just like we've always done. There's going to be any difference in the show than the show I've always done. And we also will be promoting the Mike's On app from the Mike's On show, which is what we're planning to do. Richie in Brightwaters, what's up, Richie?
Hey, Mike. Mets are in first. Jets have a franchise quarterback. Tigers back playing competitive golf. Trump ends the Korean conflict, and you're back. So I wanted to welcome you back.
Thank you.
Big time.
Thank you.
And I wanted to let Evan and Joe know they did a good job on that hour you were missing from one. I was crutching onto Joe for a little golf talk, so I'm glad you're back, because I wanted to see what you thought of the Masters and talk about a little bit of Shinnecock and maybe Phil's last hurrah here.
I'm looking forward to Shinnecock. I hope we don't have the folly at 7, so I hope we don't have any follies like that this time.
Well, they're going to protect the course this time, I think, right, Mike? I think that can burn out like that.
No question. And also, it was just unfair to, we're going to water every 3 groups through. Well, what about that? It's going to make it much easier for the first group through than the third group through. So it's just not fair. So,
look, remember that summer, Mike? It got really hot early. Do you remember that? It was went right into summer, in May 1st, was in the 80s every day. And once the USGA got a hold of that, of course. But I wanted to see what you thought of how Reed stood his ground.
He did a great job. I'll tell you something. He really did. He did an amazing job standing his ground there. The two things that really stood out that day, Fowler chased, but always from where you didn't think he could catch up. And that's kind of his MO. And Rory fell apart, which was very surprising. He missed that 3-footer that would have given him an eagle, and it really seemed to take a lot out of him, if you remember. He never was the same after that. He really.
You remember the shot on 2, Mike?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was the eagle putt on 2. He had a 3-footer for eagle.
Yeah, I mean, and when he missed that putt, Mike, that's, I think, where you saw him crumble a little bit from that point on.
I agree. And Spieth's performance was, the amazing thing was Spieth never is that good in the fairway. He was in the fairway all day that day until 18 and when he hit the tree.
Yep.
I mean, that was a remarkable performance. Tiger, the one thing he has got to, for him to win, I think he can win, but I think it has to be on a course where he doesn't have to hit his driver a lot. He cannot. If he has to hit his driver a lot, he's not going to win.
Well, let's see him at TPC, because I'm really interested in that, because he has no shot at Shinnecock. He just can't control his. He can't even hit 3-wood anymore, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't even go to that. Like,
no, he has trouble keeping the ball. And Phil, the problem is that he's just a little erratic and he wears down. And if
Long Island wants him so bad.
Hey, listen, I would give anything to see Phil win the U.S. Open finally and complete the Grand Slam after all the heartbreak. I mean, what went on at Wingfoot? He never should have been in this position. We know that. We know what's going on. So, hey, I agree with you. I'd give anything to see Phil win in Shinnecock. Anything. So, but I just don't think he's going to win that kind of major against these kind of guys anymore. I just think the young guys hit it too far, hit it down the middle, and that's why I think it's going to be very hard for Tiger or Phil to win majors. They may win tournaments. I just think it's hard for them to win majors. I really do. Back after this.